friends, Mr. Tommy Lee.
Hey, aloha, everybody. How's it going? Aloha, Mr. Stuart Stan. Thank you so much for having me on today's training. What an honor. And as we get started, I want all of you guys to lift up your left leg. And the reason why I want you to do that is so we can start this training off on the right foot and start this new year off on the right foot. Um, I did my best to give you guys some kind of warm background for those of you guys that are in a freezing area in case you're tuning in from Japan or Korea or Texas or the East Coast. But aloha and welcome everybody. We're going to have an amazing training today and I feel just so lucky and blessed uh, of where we are and the group that we hang out with. You know, a lot of people reflect upon the New Year's when all the firecrackers and the fireworks are blowing up and people are making New Year's resolutions and in spite of everything that happened in 2020 and what happened in 2020, guys, is not the first time in history. It's just a challenging time. There's been world wars, there's been Hiroshima attacks in Pearl Harbor, there's been multiple
There's either waves or there's
pandemics
not
that
waves,
have happened
right?
before, and it's all happened before. But what it does, guys, is just pressure, and what it does is expose a lot of truth. You know, it pushes theories to the test. So what about job security, right? I mean, how many people actually believe in job security right now? All of these assumptions, a lot of people are rethinking their lives. And what about most companies? Most companies out there right now are not thriving or planning to take over like GPS is. They're in panic mode. They're just trying to survive. They're trying to make it to the next month, to the next quarter, and to when these vaccines kick in. And what about people? There's a lot of people out there right now that are fearful. They have lots of anxiety. You know, they're frustrated and therefore they're short tempered. And if you want to put this to the test, just go to Costco, right? Or go to your local supermarket and you'll see it on the look of people's eyeballs because you can only see their eyes, right? Or you can see the way they're pushing their wagon around and how impatient they are in the parking lots. And I tell you guys, there's us. And I'm just so jacked out of my mind that we have our family and our Hana and the GPS squad and the team that we're in. I mean, we launched 7 months ago in Japan and the United States, and also Korea a little bit before that. But what kind of company simultaneously launches 3 countries and tens of thousands of influencers? And there's an amazing amount of cost and there's an amazing amount of planning and there's an amazing amount of things that had to happen and line up in a row for this miracle to happen. And it's because we have Mr. Danny Bay, who is aligning us with some of the biggest names, the biggest companies, as you guys can tell that Mr. Stant just went through, the biggest brands and movie stars and multimillionaires and billionaires. And it ain't by chance, guys. This ain't our first rodeo, okay? And you know, we also got Mr. Michael Lan and the guys like iconic in our industry. You know, we got Kenji and Tama in Japan. We got Mr. Wu and all of the top leaders in Korea. And we got Mr. Stan. And I'm telling you guys, we've been practicing and learning from Mr. Danny Bay for over a decade. And that's why we're confident. It's not just because we're excited about the technology. It's because we've seen all the good, the bad, and the ugly out there. And I tell you guys, we got more, and we got you. We've got more hammers than Home Depot, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we got the team in place, and that's why it's important to have a mindset to win, and you want to be in position. And so I want to just cover a couple of those things so that you're not like most people and that we don't waste this once in a lifetime opportunity and the timing that we have. Okay, so we've got to learn and we've got to study and we've got to teach this stuff. Like we have a new compensation plan that you guys are going to hear about today, and it was already mind-blowing when we launched the company, and as of January 1st it just got like 10 times more mind-blowing. And you got to learn that comp plan. You got to teach other people, and that's how you're gonna own it. You've got to learn the system of how we take somebody from a demo or just piquing their interest to showing them with an overview to answering their questions and explaining to them what they're a part of and then helping to launch them in the right way. And you've got to study those things that we're going to cover today. And why? Here's why. Because I tell you right now, most of your friends and family around you, they're excited, woo, new year and all of this kind of stuff. But really, do they have a vehicle? Really, do they have a plan to make $1 million a year residual? Or if that's too big of a number for them, do they have a plan to make $100,000 a year residual income? I know Stuart does. I know Mr. On does. I know I do. So we've got big numbers and big plans and big system in our head, and we just want to help you get in the right mindset so that you can be a part of it. Okay. So most people will make a New Year's resolution and then they break it by their third week, and then they just laugh about it, go, haha, I knew I really wasn't going to quit smoking, haha, I knew I was really just being good about a diet for a detox for just a few days or a few weeks, and then all of a sudden they go back to potato chips and double cheeseburgers, and and some people are just straight up crossing their fingers and hoping for the best. But that can't be you. Okay. It's super, super important right now, guys, that versus that, what could we do? Well, here's what we're doing. We're making a declaration and a decision. We're in the mindset to stop listening to broke people. We're going to stop following our and being influenced by our toxic friends. We're going to have the greatest work ethic we've ever had this year. We're going to look at our circle of influence and change it if it needs to be changed, at least temporarily until you hit that level of success and residual. And trust me, once you're there, you never want to go back. We're going to track our results. We're going to track our numbers so that we can see what we're doing correctly and incorrectly. And then we're going to adjust and we're going to adapt and we're going to set short and long-term goals, guys. When it comes to setting goals, okay, I don't know if you guys can see this here on my screen, okay, but you want to set SMART goals. Okay, Mr. Dean Park, one of my best friends and mentors over here in Oahu, said, hey, when it comes to goals, make sure they're smart, they're specific. The more specific that you can be when it comes to a goal, the better. Okay. Also, it's got to be measurable, because if you can't measure it, you're not going to be able to track your results and your numbers and see that if your GPS coordinates getting there point by point, turn left, point, turn right, slow down, speed up, and so on. Okay, it has to be attainable. Okay, it has to be realistic and within reach. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to sign up an influencer 50K on the island of Mars. Okay, that's just not real. But I do want to open up Maui, and then I want to open up Hawaii, and then I want to open up multiple states, and then I want to open up Korea and Japan teams, and that's where we are. And eventually we're going to launch other countries. But guys, set your goals that are attainable and are realistic, and make sure they're relevant to you, because then you're not going to get excited about it. Do you want to make your mortgage payment disappear? Do you want to set up your kids' college tuition? Do you want to travel more? Do you want to drink the same kind of rotten grape juice that Mr. Stunt drinks? Because it's not cheap. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to upgrade your living, your lifestyle, your life experience, then it has to pertain to you and your family. And finally, guys, you got to make sure you're in the right time frame. Okay, and we're going to set up these daily goals and method of operation. We're going to set up a weekly goal and how we're going to achieve those numbers, and then a monthly goal, because series of good days lead to a good week. Series of good weeks obviously lead to a good month, and of course a good year. And we want you to have the most breakthrough, most unbelievable, amazing 2021 ever. Okay, so you've got to also get the right tools. Mr. Stant talked about Organica and Peter Lama's products, guys. You got to order that stuff, and you got to try it, and you got to be a product of the product. Okay. I mean, look at me. I'm 78 years old. Can you imagine when the Peter Lama's products actually take effect on me? It might actually hurt my dating chances, because people are going to look at me and say, that kid's only 9 years old. I'm just kidding. But you got to have Organica. Why? Because you got to be a walking billboard and a testimonial, because you can't expect anybody to try something that you didn't try. Like, does it taste good? Yeah, I drank it this morning. Oh yeah, does it work? Yeah, dude, look at my skin. And I'm telling you guys right now, become a product of the product. Of course, you've got to order the new micro OLED. I mean, guys, there's nothing to compare it to. And that alone, that device alone, will explode your business if you just put it on a lot of people's heads. And I can't wait till the first one start landing on the ground. Okay. And finally, you've got to be proactive versus reactive. Be in a mindset, guys, where you're going to attack your lack. Hey, I get it. Some of us are technology stupid, like me, computer illiterate. It's hard for me to even set up Zoom sometimes, or do texting blasts and those kind of setting email. Guys, I'm terrible at technology, but I had to attack my lack, because if you don't attack your lack will attack you. Don't shear away or say, oh, I'm just not good at that stuff. No, make your weaknesses your strengths. and go after it and change that. That's what your New Year's resolution and mindset has got to be. Be proactive versus reactive. Okay. Always ask yourself, okay, this is the year that I fill in the blank. What's it gonna be, guys? Today's January 2nd. This is the year I quit. This is the year that I gave up on the biggest opportunity that me and my family ever came across of in my entire life. You're gonna say that at the end of the year? This is the year I quit. This is the year I let it go over my head. This is the year I let little things cheat me out of big opportunities. Hell no. This, you gotta be like, this is the year I went I 50K. This is the year I went I 100K. This is the year I went I 200K. This is the year I fired my boss. This is the year I said enough is enough. This is the year I just said, you know what? I tried so many other things in my life. I've seen so many other things, but GPS looks promising. And for once in my life, I'm going to give it all out as if I was 18 years old. And this was my first career job I was ever going to get. And I'm going to treat it like it was a life or death situation. And I'm going to prioritize it as such. And I'm going to attack my lacks. And I'm going to make this happen for me and my family. Can you imagine where you will be by the end of this year? It's going to be amazing. But what is, you fill in the blank? This is the year that I what? Always ask yourself, what would Danny Bay? What would Mr. Danny Bay do in this situation? And if you don't know, ask Mr. Stan. If you don't know, ask me. If you don't know, ask Michael on. Because I promise you guys, that's all we do. Whenever a situation comes up, and there will be good ones, and there will be challenging ones, and there will be horrific ones. I could promise you that. But you know what? Always ask yourself, what would Danny Bay say if he was standing right here? Would he just even say anything or start laughing? Or would it say, what I would do is, and I promise you guys, and you can get their voice in your head making decisions instead of your voice and your decisions, your income is going to change, your attitude is going to change, your mindset is going to change just by being around the right circle of people, okay? So another thing that might help you out, I don't know if you guys have been catching some of my YouTube videos, but I've been doing 21 days to 2021. And if you go on YouTube and put Tommy Lee GPS, they'll pop up. And they're just short little 10, 15-minute videos. And if you're enjoying anything that I said from now, that's what I've been doing for the last 21 days in beautiful backgrounds of giving people a daily message on what to be mindful of, goal setting, attitude of gratitude, you know, your network is your net worth, little things like that, that really just kind of help give you that calibration that you need, or that right things in the forefront of your mind. And I promise you guys, it all came from multimillionaires and iconic industry leaders. And maybe you got to start at day one. You know, and just start from January 2nd and watch those 21 videos in a row. I promise you guys, it's going to change your mindset. Okay. And the last thing, and I'm done, is what should we do right now? What's our call to action? Number one, when it comes to New Year's, reflect. Yeah, you got to think back upon 2020. Did you grow some? Did you get uncomfortable by choice or not by choice? How did you handle that stress? How did you handle those situations? And if you did a good job at it, great, help others. But if you're not doing so great, guys, don't you think we got to change something? Don't you think we got to be plan B? If you got caught with your pants down during COVID-19, guys, my income went up during COVID-19. Okay. Chaos creates opportunity. There's one way you can look at it and say, oh my God, it's terrible. We should go down and, get revenge on the Chinese Wuhan people for giving us this deadly virus. Or you can say, hey, that virus is here. There's nothing you can do about it. It's what we do about it. And let's position ourselves to win with it. Okay. So reflect, but don't spend all your time reflecting. Learn from the past, adapt, and let's move on. Okay. Also, master the compensation plan and our system. That's what your goal is today. Learn the comp plan, learn the updates, learn the system. Okay. Also, gear up. Order your Organica, order your Peter Lama's package, or a few, and start sampling it to your friends and become a product of their product. People, what if you lost a ton of weight and you really didn't, you stuck it out and your complexion cleared up, your hair starts looking good, okay? It's really hard for Mr. Stant because he already looks good, and it's really hard for Mark, Isaac, and Miranda because they already look good. But what if you look even better and your friends start noticing and like, hey, bro, you're looking good. And say, oh, bro, I've been taking this Organica shake every morning and I snack on these bars, right? They're going to be like, they're going to be curious about it, and you can talk to them about it. Okay? Sorry about the wind, guys. I have a wind microphone here, but I don't know if I plug it in, they can hear me. But the New Year's Blitz is on. People are going to be more resilient. So what we've got to do is be in a mindset to talk to everybody. I don't care if during Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, they're not they were resilient to you, or they were pushing you out. Because that's the holiday season, guys. After January 1st, for the first few weeks, it's the blitz. This is our busiest time of year. This is when GNC sells more products. All the Arm& Hammer cleaner, Dawn dish detergent, like scrubbing bubbles, like all those Clorox, they sell because everybody's spring cleaning right now. Okay, all 24-hour fitness, the UFC gym, the gym memberships, the diet programs, the detoxes, they're all doing well right now because of New Year's resolutions. And our industry, this is our blitz right now for the next 3.5 weeks. People are going to be more open, like today and on. Okay, so finally, work harder than I ever have before. Have the work ethic. Why? Because one measure of 1 hour or unit of time now is worth 10 units a month from now. And 6 months from now, it's worth a week. So if you worked hard today and got everything you did out of today, because of the timing and the exponential growth, 1 hour now is equal to 24 hours in February, and 1 hour right now is equal to a week 6 months from now. Do you understand that exponential factor? Okay, so how hard should you work right now and in January? Trust me, you want to squeeze and milk every minute. Have a mindset where time is money and money is time, and we're never going to get this chance ever again. Treat every single day as it's the last day you could recruit and build people in your influencer team on your left and your right leg, and then no more. That's what Mr. Bay tells us. Treat today like it's the last day you can enroll in a team, and after that, everyone's customers. How many people would you talk to? How many people would you expose? Would you talk fast or slow? Would you be standing or sitting? Guys, right now I'm standing up. I'm like jacked out of my mind. I can't sit. I can't sit still. I can't sleep. We're just going nuts. We're losing our voice and talking to as many people as we possibly can. So with that being said, guys, I hope that this SMART goals is helped you guys out. I hope you set up to have a clear course, and the rest of this training today, do me a favor. Take some excellent notes. Get to a quiet spot. And of all the trainings of this year, we've got a lineup that you just second to none. Thank you, Miss Amy Guerrero. She is the best demo and device and technology and system trainer you can get. Better than me and Stuart. I'm telling you guys, we've got teammates that, like Marlon, like that guy is the man. I just show his video. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got people on our team that are just specialized in those things. Mr. On is going to lay it down for you. We even got Mr. Bay. I'm going to shut up right now. Every second I talk is 1 second you can't hear from them. But I'm just telling you, pay attention, because today is a life-changing breakthrough day, and it's a breakthrough year for you. So let's get in the right mindset. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Start them off on the right foot. I'll see you guys soon in Maui. It's going to be unbelievable. Take care and aloha.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, aloha, and what an incredible training that was from an industry legend, one of our best friends from the island hope of Hawaii, Mr. Tommy Lee. Thank you so much. Happy New Year's, brother. Love you, sir. Well, hello, GPS family. What an honor it is for me to be on this call. I'm rocking the Maui, Hawaii GPS hat. Oh, yeah, right? And just want to say hello to everybody. Hopefully all of you had a Merry Christmas, and now obviously a Happy New Year's. And what an exciting time this is. Mr. Tommy Lee just delivered the goods, gave us the wisdom and knowledge how to have the proper mindset. And I just want to remind all of you, it is a brand new year. And nothing changed, okay, except for the calendar. And every single one of us, as long as we understand the beauty of New Year is that we can have that reset mindset, have some big goals, and make this year, make our dreams and goals become a reality. That's what's possible with GPS, especially since every single one of us are founding members, and to be a part of this company during pre-launch before we officially launch this company. Possibly, with COVID calming down and with the vaccines all over the country, as life gets normal, eventually we could possibly launch our company officially few months from today. where we all get together in one location and celebrate the launch of GPS. And every single one of us have an opportunity to create our story, become a success story, and be the face of GPS. And the good news for all of that is when that happens, not only will you be making a lot of money, but you're going to be the leadership team of GPS. What that means is even though our company's small right now, as we become a several $100 million company, then to a multi-billion-dollar company, some of you don't even realize where your life is going to be. The amount of money you thought you could make is going to be, I don't even have the words for it because it's going to look cute. Meaning some of the people on your team are going to be making that kind of money, not you. So right now we got to understand there's a window of opportunity where we got to strike the iron while it's hot, and we got to take massive, massive, massive all-out action. And I want to remind all of us, for the ones that were on our global call, the compensation plan this month was officially supposed to start January 12th, okay? January 12th. But I got off the phone with our chairman and founder, Mr. Danny Bay, and I got good news for every single one of you. Because it's a brand new month and we want to help every single one have a fast start and not wait for the comp plan, Mr. Danny Bay said it's going to officially start this Tuesday. So I want to remind everybody again, it was supposed to officially start January 12th, but because we want to help every single one have a fast start and make money and not wait, it's going to officially start this Tuesday on our new pay period. So I'm excited for all of us, and especially with the enhanced comp plan. I'm going to briefly go over it with you, but understand one thing, there's a lot that's coming. We're going to be having a compensation plan video made by corporate. It's going to be a sick animated video we could send to people. We're going to soon have a new opportunity video the company's going to provide us so we can help us acquire customers, some nice product brochures and videos to share with people. All of that is going to start coming very soon this month. So we're only going to get better and better. And as more products come, more money's about to be made for all of us. So let me go over the basics, okay? In GPS, there's 9 benefits, okay? I'm going to briefly go over them with each and every single one of you. The language we got to understand in our business is that it's a binary compensation plan. But at the same time, we are a hybrid because we could sponsor as many people as we want, and we can earn additional money for people we sponsor, okay? But certain languages is that we have a power leg. Power leg is the leg that is bigger, that generates more volume, and the working leg is the leg, okay, that has less volume, okay? Understand there's BV and IV, okay? Business volume will never change, okay? But IV, okay, can change based upon promotions. You know, certain month we might throw out more influencer volume for certain products eventually as we have more. All it means is going to help you towards MIL bonus and leadership advanced bonus. While GIM, okay, and fast influencer promotion will always go off BV, okay? So let me briefly share with you what all of that means, okay? As we strive, okay, and run towards our influencer level, which are the positions starting at 250 to 200,000, okay? All of that is based on influencer volume, okay? And the promotion is based upon a calendar month, okay? 1st to the 30th, whether it's 1st to the 30th, right? Okay? Based upon your working leg, okay? So as an example, you want to be 250, you need 2,500 IV on your working leg. You want to be 1,000, you need 10,000, okay, on your working leg. You want to be 25,000, you need 250,000 in your working leg. But here's the beautiful part and the best part about GPS that 90% of the people don't understand, okay? Number one, okay, it doesn't matter how deep you go. All the volume count towards you. towards your promotion. It could be 100 levels down, 1,000 down. Most network marketing companies, you can only get paid on certain levels, okay? That's number one. And number two, for you to get counted towards more levels, you have to hit like top positions and go super, super wide, okay? Which is something majority of the people will never do. So in GPS, since we're a binary, it's beautiful. It doesn't matter how deep it goes, and you can get paid all of it and help you towards your rank advancement, okay? Second thing that separates for us from 90% of binary companies is in order for you to get promoted to positions, most binary companies still, okay, only count the volume, okay, that's generated through your personal enrolled organization. But in GPS, ladies and gentlemen, after you sponsor two, after your sponsor sponsors two, everybody that comes underneath your organization, even if it doesn't come from your personal enroll tree, all counts towards you leveling up in GPS. That is unheard of in a binary. And I know most of you that are new don't get what I just said, but as you have experienced people join our company, make sure they talk to a leader in our company, like Mr. Stuart Stan, you know, or Mr. Marlone, or Ms. Saris, or so many great other leaders we have in Maui, okay, or in Hawaii, or in general in this leadership team. Talk to them, because that's something that shocks everybody that's experienced. Like, what? For reals? I could get counted even on spillover volume, that it wasn't me to get promoted and get paid? That's ridiculous. That's crazy, okay? So let me go ahead. I'm already too jacked up, okay? Let's talk about number one, okay? Number one is influencer marketing commission. Anytime you market a product, you could get 1 to 10% of the BV. I'll give you one quick example, okay? Every Organica set, okay, has 100 BV. You will receive 4%. What that means is you'll earn $4. But here's what's crazy. After you have 100 personal volume, every volume after that you personally acquire goes to your working leg. What that means is you can double dip and make more money through the GIM, which I'll talk about. So starting this Tuesday, we have an increase, okay? Every time there's 500 BV generated in your working leg, okay? You'll receive $18 to $22. It's roughly $20 on average. So you cycle twice, which is 1,000. It's roughly $40. Now here's what's crazy. The lowest amount you can earn is $18 to $22. The maximum you can earn, which is capped at $500,000 in a month. Let me repeat it. Not in a year, in a month. Not in a year, in a month, just on GIM. But here's what you guys got to understand. We're all founding members. You're in this company, well, we only have 30,000 influencers, and we did close to 20 million in sales during a global pandemic. Before we even got to travel, before we even had the very first TCL world's, you know, micro OLED VR glass, before we have that, before we have experience before purchase e-commerce site said, before we have the VRLU app. We're all founding members, and remember what I said, it's a binary. Everyone can only have two. What do you think is gonna happen by the time the states are open? What do you think is gonna happen by the time we're in few dozen countries? What do you think is gonna happen by the time our company is doing hundreds of millions, billions of dollars? Do you know it will fall underneath us, like us on this team? How do you not get crazy jacked out of your mind about that? For me, I lose sleep thinking, holy cow, it's about to get ridiculously crazy, and damn it, the max is 500 grand a month, but that'll do. That'll do. And some of you, it's about to get crazy, okay? So that's just the GIM. So as an example, let's just say, you know, you personally acquire 2 customers yourself. It's an example. Not only will you make $6, okay, in the IM commission, but over 600 will go into your cycle, which means you made another 20 bucks. Or let's just say your 2 influencers help get the customers. It all goes into the GIM outside of the influencer marketing commission, okay? Let's talk about the third way where it's one of my favorites, and this can get so aggressive. When I mean aggressive, watch this, okay? We lowered the requirement starting this Tuesday to get generation 1, okay? Check match. All you have to do is become a qualified influencer. What is a qualified influencer? It means you are personally active with 100 or more BV, and you sponsored one on the left, one on the right that are also qualified or active. Then you get generation 1. And let me tell you and share with you the blessing of this. Let's just say you're the worst GPS influencer to ever join our company. The worst. I mean, you know those people that try, but they just can't do it. You know those people, like, no matter how many times they practice, you know, playing certain sports, they just suck. They're just not meant to be. You know those people, right? But let's just say because you love the leadership team, because you made great relationship with us, you are a leader in the mindset, and you said, I'm never gonna give up. That's you. And you keep trying, but you just happen to suck. You know those people, right? But let's just say you sponsored your mom, so you can at least be active, your daughter on the left side. And let's just say 2 years from today, you just happen to somehow land just one person. But what if that one person becomes a superstar, is a badass? And ass is okay to say, it's in the Bible, right? It's just a champion, right? And just goes boom and takes off, and knew somebody in the Philippines, knew somebody in Taiwan, right? Knew somebody in Europe, and it just exploded, and they start making $500,000 a month in GIM commission. Not you, David. You suck. You still only sponsored your daughter, son, or mom on the other side. That's it. 40%, just think about this, is $200,000 a month as a qualified influencer. Let me ask you something. You never even hit influencer 250. You didn't even hit the first level in our comp plan, but you sponsor one good one and you make $200K a month. Would anybody complain about $2.4 million a year as a qualified influencer? You're not even I-250. That's what's possible. What if they only make 10 grand a month? Are you okay with extra 4 grand a month? You better believe it. That's the beauty of leadership check match, ladies and gentlemen. There are people right now in our company that sponsored people that are better than them, earning more money than 250s and 500s and 1,000 off just generational match. So ladies and gentlemen, sponsor a lot of people. Sorry, I got too fired up. Okay, I-250 gets 2 generation. I-500 gets 4 generations, okay? And just to make it clear, generation does not mean levels. Generation of people making money. So let's just say you sponsored me and I don't do anything, okay? And I went out, or I start making $100 a month, okay? You make a little bit. But I go out there and sponsor, let's just say Tommy, who doesn't do much, but goes out there and sponsors Marlon, who does something and starts making money. That's generation 2, okay? So that's leadership check match. But here's what else we added on top of our existing 9 benefits, okay? Starting this month, okay? If you sponsor brand new people and within the calendar month, you help them generate extra 500 BV in customer acquisition, the sponsor will get $30. $1,000, $70. $2,150. We're a customer acquisition company. Right now is the time to acquire customers. Do you know why? How many of you can agree right now is the beginning of the year, more people want to be healthier? We got the answer. We got Organica. Can we agree? More people want to look better this year, especially right now. We got the answer. Peter Lamaze. How many of you guys can agree right now? More people want to earn more money this year. We got the answer. GPS. And this is before more products come out. Can you imagine a few months from today when we have dozens and dozens and dozens of products? Out of nowhere, your influencer gets these customers, boom, a check you didn't even know, right? That's e-commerce side coming soon, okay? Fourth way is for brand new people. First 90 days, they'll earn 30% more, okay, first 12 weeks in GIM bonus. But here's the good news. Even if you've been with us for more than 12 weeks, you can still qualify for it because why? On the leadership match, okay? If you sponsor somebody and they're within their first 12 weeks, since they earn more GIM, guess what? Your leadership match increases too. And right now is the time you go become a sponsor monster, okay, like Miss Marianne, and go sponsor as many people right now. She sponsored, I think, like now close to getting 40 people. Can you imagine how she feels? If every single one of them just earns $100 a week, that's $40 times 40. And especially when they get to $1,000 a week. Woo! It's crazy, dude. Our comp plan is so jacked. I could talk about it all day. And you know why I'm going crazy? Because as I'm explaining it, I'm getting more fired up because it's reminding me how sexy our comp plan is. Now let's talk about MIL. Okay? MIL, okay, is the monthly influencer level bonus you earn for just maintaining the level, okay? We added this month influencer 250, okay? 250, 2,500 volume, 5,000, $500, 10,000, $1,000, 25,000, 2,500. It's practically 10%, okay? All the way up to influencer 500,000, and by then you're making $1 million a year. So we made it less from influencer 75K to 200K, but by then you're making so much money you don't even care, okay? Now, let's talk about the leadership advance bonus, and we're almost done next 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, influencer 1,000, when you hit that, it'll get paid out 3 weeks later the following month. Influencer 5,000 to 75,000, you got to maintain it 3 months, and it'll come out the following month, okay? 10,000 to 150 grand. Then the 500,000 to 3 million, okay, which is $5 million, that's from 100K to 200K, but we break it down like this. You maintain it 3 months, the following month we'll pay 40%. You maintain it for 1 more month, we'll pay additional 30%. You maintain it for 1 more month, we'll pay you additional 30%. For a total of $5.2 million plus. Again, this is insane. You know why? At those positions, you're already making too much money, but a lump sum all at once. Can you imagine what you could do with that? Invest, buy stuff, cash. I mean, it's GPS comp plan is just ridiculous, okay? So, final 2 slides is that, domestic pool, 1% of the BV will get split between the 10Ks and 75K. The higher rank you are, the more points you get, so you get a bigger piece. Remember, as GPS does $100 million in US this year, 1 million will go into that pool, okay? When we do $1 billion eventually, next few years of time in US, right, 10 million will go into the pool. And we get to split that. That's going to be just like exotic car money. Let's go buy it in cash. You know what I mean? But who cares? You know what I mean? By then, that's just a cute piece of your big money. But guess what? The beauty is it's not just off your team. It's the entire companies, okay? Global is the same thing. 1% of global, okay? Influencer 100K to 200K get to split it. But the higher rank you are, the more points you get, which means the more bonus you can qualify for on the revenue pool. Then obviously, we have plans to go on vacations. But obviously, because of the global pandemic, we don't have a set date yet, but we will have more information because this week we're getting together on Zoom and in person with the chairman of our company. And before I bring up the next gentleman, let me share with you how lucky you are and how blessed you are to have Mr. Stuart Stan as your leader. Let me talk about what kind of sacrifice he's making. Mr. Stuart Stan had an all expense paid and, a trip to Las Vegas this week to meet with the chairman and founder of Mr. Danny Bay. Let me share with you how committed he is for all of you, for you to win.